Good morning, traders! Dun, 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 dun. Money Mondays turning out to be slow Mondays. Turning out to be slow Mondays, guys. A little upset. You know, I did take two chances at ABIL, and now it's really cracking down. And what really upset me on ABIL was not necessarily that I lost twice on it, shorting. It was that I did have a long pattern, and once it turned back into a long right over here at $7 at 7.10. I put out an order at $7 for the pullback buy off the 9 EMA, and for some reason when it dropped, I went and I canceled my order. Instead of being confident that I knew the pattern, I had already read that the pattern either was going to go long or short right in this area. So I tried to short it there, didn't get it. But if I don't get it, I need to have the ability to go ahead and try to nail this on the long. If I would have got there at the pullback 7 fill, I would have been able to get this rip up there to 34s and would be in the positives green on 2 trades, would have nailed it. But that's how it goes, guys. You know, I think we did nail an amazing trade on HTZ. HTZ was an amazing trade. ABIL interesting there as it gets back below 7. Could just fail hard here, guys. Alright, yeah, I'm streaming. I'm just trying to balance everything out. I got you, man. Just trying to pay attention to ABIL here. It does look pretty interesting there. ABIL and HTZ is my main watch right now. Seeing here drop a little bit. Slow volume, but I think this could drop down here, guys. We need to bounce to about 2096. Trying to short 100 shares at 2096. Bounce to the VWAP. Come on. A little bounce more. There you go. Let's see if we get our fill here. Should get our fill here pretty soon. Right there. Alright, short at 21.03. 21.03. Gonna risk off of 21.17. Don't want it to get back above 17 there. Total risk is gonna be 25 cents off that 25 there. Right here. We're trying to let it come back below this 75 here. Show you guys what I'm looking at on a 5-minute chart here. Alright. Looking for a move into the 80s here. Didn't want that bounce to happen there, guys. Got to be careful above 2110s. Would like to see this fail here. Don't want to see it get above its 10s here. Above those 10s could squeeze. There's a little bit of a fail. Just need to see it wash down below there. There's 09s there. See if we can get back to 90s here. This comes up to 17s and I'm just going to go ahead and get out. Because it's just too much risk there. It can go up there to that 25 there. Test again. There's the 18 there. There's an immediate rejection there, guys. Gonna watch it over here. There's 17s. 4,000 shares that went through there at 21.11. Risking about $22 here. 23 on the ass there. Don't want to see 25 pop up there. There's 22s. I need to see this fail immediately here. It's pressuring up on my stop. My stop is right here. Gave myself a little bit more. I would have stopped over here over 211, but I did see a nice amount of volume come in here. Don't think this was a buy here. Just got to be careful right here. 23s touching. Definitely don't want to see 23s go through there. I'm looking at the time in sales. I've seen 16s, 20s. 4,000 shares went through there. There's 23s going through. $22s, 23s, 25s. I'm out. Alright guys, that's a stop out. Alright guys, gonna be done for the day, guys. Finishing red there, $34. Just pushed a little bit too hard there. I think it's fine that we took this trade on here, but what I really don't like is my trades on ABIL. You see here it's kind of turning down to a bullish stock now on a 5-minute. You see now it's starting to get back above this. This was the resistance there. But on ABIL, guys, really this is where I think, you know, I had my mistake for today, guys. Just pushed way too hard after making an amazing trade on HTZ. For them to get your account, it doesn't really take long at all. It takes about like 2 or 3 days. If you stay on top of them, they'll be more, they can get it working faster. I did use the demo for a little while just to get used to the program. The trend lines all work with essentially right here. The only thing I don't like about their charting is that if you do change the chart, it usually loses the trend lines and like price points that you've already set. So that's the only bad thing I do see. But I want to go over my trades on ABIL and what happened and why I think, you know, I should have just long this stock. You know, it wasn't bad that we took the losses, but what was bad was that I understood that if it didn't go my way, that I was going to take a shot long to get that explosion. And I just didn't take it. Alright, so I'll show you the basics as I was actually looking at ABIL. Alright, so on ABIL, my first trade was at 954. Alright, so 954. So right here, guys, I got short here. And I wanted to go short off of the high right here, which was 722 or $7 range. And then it came back up, squeezed me. I got right out. I thought I was early. That one was fine. A little bit of a hit, but not too bad. Then here, when we got short at 1004, we got short at 1004 right here. And I said to myself, if it could come down here, alright, so if it could come down here and break this 662, it would have just came back down here to $6. So I said I'd take a little size here and I'd risk off of that $7 range. It came back up to right about here in the 85s, and I should have gotten out there at 86, but I didn't listen to myself and I let it pop up on me, and that got me out there on the pop instead of where I should have got out a second before at 698. Then to see it go up there to 708, and I immediately put out an order at $7 here for this pullback here. And I had that feeling that we'd get this pullback there for the $7 breakout. As we broke out there, I had the order out here. It retraces to 699 right here at 1010, and I just canceled the order right before it failed me. You know, I did see that down risk coming down to here, but I should have gone and taken my shot, as I expected to take my shot off of this 689, 690, and taking that buy there at 7, risk 10 cents, and would have got that rip up there to the 30s, probably selling in here on this candle about the 35, 36 mark. I would have gone and sold right on up there. Would have made me green for those 2 red trades that were smaller, and would have got me out of just those 2 losses that took me to the red. Would have been green for the day, and I wouldn't have ever taken this trade there on HTZ on here later. But what really is important here, guys, is the setup. So you did get that 1 up, that 1 down, that 2 up, that 2 down. Then we got the 3 up and a 3 down move, and it didn't fade away here. It just held and came back up through it. So that's essentially my longs. My longs would have been right here at 690, risking off of 670, and you could have got this curve up there to the rip. Then later on, I saw this breakdown right there at 710. As it broke down to 710, I was looking for the first green candle to go ahead and go short on. I would have shorted there at 710, 711. But the real key is that it touched VWAP and bounced, guys. We want to get below VWAP. That's the real key there, you guys. If you're going to short, try to short below the VWAP and try to long above the VWAP. Same way here. I'm trying to take some shorts there at the top and getting destroyed there. I've been trying to learn a little bit more on how to get up there and start a position and then add to it. Lately, it's been costing me a little bit. Even though I'm taking really small share size, I'm still getting hurt there. On HTZ, it actually did me well to take that small share size. Now, the only part that I did wrong with HTZ was either hold or add. That's what I needed to do. I either needed to hold this move or I needed to add on the first bounce. And you see on HTZ, was looking at this stock out of the open as it had this flag pattern. Pre-market, this is what I was seeing. I saw this flag pattern and I knew that this level right here, this $20, was going to be a major support. And if we broke that, we could see this drop. And immediately out the open, we got that drop. So we got this drop as it opened. It opened at 1996, went high of 2008, and then just dropped down below to 1985. All right, and then I was looking at it here. I went and I got in at 932.59, so right before 933. I'm gonna pull this up on a 1 minute so you can see a little better here. Alright, so you get this first drop. I'm looking for the bounce here. And 33 comes here. And as soon as it's about to change, I go and I take that short right there. Boom, 997. And I'm risking off of right here, which was the high of the day, essentially, intraday, which is 2008. I was risking off of 2008 or 2010, the pre-market high. And it came to 20 to 2, and I held, and I finally got that down move. When I got this down move, I expected a bounce here to 990, and I was looking for an add. If you can go back in Beginning Traders chat room, you can see that I even put out on the chat that I was looking for an add there at 1990. I never got that bounce. I was looking to add 100 shares there, which would have really gave me a nice victory. But it came down to 65 here, and I actually took it at a really nice level for 50 shares. Now, what I want to learn is how to add here on that first green candle, because I got this green candle up here, and it didn't even get to the VWAP. If I would have added a short there, I could have got this next move down. I did expect a little bit more of a bounce here than 75. Thought it could maybe get up there to the 1980, but I went and I just took the profits right here at 65. As it's a great trade, you know, from 97 to 65. We're almost getting we got 32 cents there, so for 50 shares that's amazing, but we want to definitely improve on that and add on that down move. ABIL is going again. Let's take a look. I think this is gonna do a fake out. I don't really like to long anything going into 11 o'clock. Very rare times do I see stocks go long at 11 o'clock. I have seen tons and tons of fake out near 11 o'clock. When I do see stocks go longer is either at 10 o'clock, 9:45 to 10 o'clock. This is my hot zone. To right here, this is the hot zone for the continuation moves. And then what I do look for is for a rejection of a fail, and then it coming and swinging back to the highs for lunchtime. And what I would say is get to the computer around 1:30 and then look at the stocks. Yoko going off there. Yoko going off there. I also called another one earlier today that went off like this. Same, very similar Chinese stock. Not tradable though. What was it? XBIO. XBIO, I called it immediately as it hit the scanners, and would have won big on that one, but just wasn't able to trade it. I saw it as just hitting the scanners there at 348, 350. That's where I would have took my buy, and as you see, it just went straight up there, 389, 390, halted, coming out the halt, getting up there to 450. And would have made a great amount of money, just wasn't able to trade it as it wasn't tradable on Tradenet. I do know that there's going to come a day and time where I'm going to be able to nail one of these longs. I am pretty good at longs, especially instant longs. What I usually do is I have an ability to not pay attention to the top of the green and just pay attention to the bottom, understanding the risk that needs to be taken to get into the trade. So when I do get this alert right here at 348, I instantly pull up the stock and I look at the bottom of the 1 minute candle. If it just tanked on me, where would this head? What scanner am I running? This is actually one that I developed myself. I started it off of the configuration that Ross from Warrior Trading uses for his high day momentum scanner, and then I just changed it up a little bit to more match my style of trading. If you are interested in this scanner, I can offer it. I could put it on the cloud for trade ideas, and then you guys could grab it through there, or I can give you guys just the configurations. Alright guys, probably just gonna end the day here guys. You know, pushed it a little bit too far today. Back in the red, was green streaking and had an amazing trade on HTZ. Just feel like I probably just got a little bit too excited on ABIL, trying to short up here and get a move back down to this $5 range. I am trying to learn how to short these parabolic stocks. Definitely live, it's a little bit harder. On paper trade, I usually do pretty well on this, but this really isn't my bread and butter, so that's what I'm kind of a little bit more upset. I need to be a little bit more disciplined and just stick to more of my trades. Right here, should have gone long and taken this trade. Then here, just jumping on a stock that doesn't really have too much volume. I usually like to wait till at least 1 million shares have been traded, and got into this stock that's just in Chop City and got chopped up. So that's what happened, guys. You just got to learn from it and build from it, guys. That's it. We'll just try to get back into the green tomorrow and start building in the account. I did lower the share size, and we've been taking lower share size. You know, that HTZ trade really could have made us the money and got us out of the market today. On days like today, you have to nail and bail, and I feel like I nailed the first stock, and I should have just bailed after that. After a great trade on a slow day like today, just go ahead and end the day. Give yourself that nice victory, that confidence in coming in the market when it's not hot, and being able to come out with a profit, versus as hitting the account up for a loss and then going for another one and then hitting it for a bigger loss. But that's how you got to do, guys. Just got to build and get stronger, guys. Definitely tomorrow, clean slate, and we'll just keep building. One of the real keys is this week I'm really going to try to take trades based off of the strategy that I want to do. We got that VWAP fade. I like the bull flag on this long. Shouldn't even been looking at this stock short until it broke down underneath the VWAP. I'm going to stop doing those parabolic shorts. If I do take parabolic shorts, I'm going to start having like a little bit of a paper account for probably Thinkorswim on the side or something like that, that I could take some trades and start building that strategy up. I'm really not seeing it come through right now, but I definitely do see that it could work. You have to take 1/4 of the sizing that you like so that you can take that first position at a parabolic point. Like let's say on this first ramp up or a second ramp up here, the 21s. So then that way you can go ahead and have something to risk off of. Like the high day right now is 760. If you thought this stock wasn't going to get to 760 anymore, and you got to know your risk. So your risk is 760 and the breakout. So you got to give yourself a little bit more. So like 765. Understand what share size you can take to have that amount of risk to give you the reward. So if you took 50 shares up there, how much am I risking towards that number? And once it confirms and goes your way, you got to look to add the sizing into it so that you got into trade confirmation. You've given yourself a little bit of a cushion by having that forced sizing. And when you get into the trade, you should be able to be near, if you're shorting, you should be able to be near the top of the candle, if not above the top of the candle, giving you that beautiful risk to reward ratio. But all right, guys, I am seeing Jivo just take off like a rocket, guys. Seeing Jivo take off like a rocket here, guys. You could maybe take a pullback here underneath 9. There you go. Grab it right there at 97, 96. And then you try to go long there. Break the 920s and then sell out on this push. But we've already used our risk for the day, and that's why we can't get into this trade. That's why you got to save your mental capital so that you can get ready for a trade like this. I think I definitely jumped into those able trades and should have just relaxed and waited after getting a great trade on HTZ. Would have been sticking around for a trade like this on Jivo. But that's going to be it for today, guys. We'll be ready for tomorrow and battle through it, guys. Like always, I'll come in, I'll come out, guys. Take it easy.